Hello everyone, my name's Taylor Edrington with Rural Gorge Anglers in Canyon City, Colorado, the oldest fly shop and fly fishing guide service and only Orbis endorsed outfitter on the Arkansas River Basin. Thanks so much for viewing today. We are finally moving into the summer season on the Arkansas River. Post runoff, after a major runoff here this year, peaking at around 5,800 CFS on the lower Arkansas here near Canyon City, and 5,500 CFS ballpark in upper Bighorn Sheep Canyon, which is great. It's a great thing for the river. It's a necessary thing for the river. Really cleaned the river, gave it a good scrub, moved sediment from a really low water year last year with really no runoff, moved a lot of that sediment that naturally deposits in the river out, cleaned the river up nicely, and what we've got now are flows in the mid 2,000 range, which is still a little bit higher than average, than the historical average, but falling daily, and we should be in that 1,500 to 2,000 CFS range here very shortly. Even at that 2,500 CFS range at the Wellsville gauge, we've got great clarity in all of Bighorn Sheep Canyon. Excellent clarity upstream from Salida on the upper basin as well. So things are really in great shape right now. You can see the bottom on the edges. Edge clarity's 2.5, 3 feet. Pretty good clarity in the center. Current tongue as well, which doesn't really make a difference because the fish are all on the edges right now. So really strong conditions for walking the edges and just fishing in the barrel, or for float fishing and really targeting the banks. Also what's happening right now, which is very typical, is our golden stoneflies are beginning to crawl to the edges and hatch. It's just a beautiful thing how that works. All the fish are on the edges in post runoff in that fishing in a barrel time period, and all of our stoneflies are beginning to complete that final life cycle stage and crawl to the edges and hatch, along with prolific yellow Sally hatches. We've got a lot of tan caddis, tan sedges. We've got PMDs hatching. So really all of the above. It's kind of a literal, summer buffet out there right now, and fish are very hungry after, really over a month of pretty substantial runoff. Fish are definitely opportunistic. They're eating big bugs, big dries, streamers. Dry dropper rigs are very effective. If you'd like to nymph, you can nymph, very productively right now. And again, all of that fishing needs to be focused in the softer pockets and transitional water right against the edges. There are certain circumstances where if you're fishing, the river where there are some channels, that there will be fish in kind of the middle of the river, in softer pockets, so on and so forth. But what I'd tell you is, for the most part, in 99% of the circumstances on the Arkansas Freestone right now, the fish are within 2 to 3 feet of the bank. So no need to even look in that heavy center current tongue. Just make sure you focus your efforts there. Make sure you're careful when you're walking the edges. And again, we do not recommend waiting in this time period until we get to 1,500-1,600 CFS or less. Do not cross the river. There is absolutely no need to do it. The beautiful thing about the Arkansas River Freestone is there is so much public water. You never need to cross the river. just to cover water, you can cover one bank, you can find a bridge to cross, you can cross, access another section from the opposite bank. Just so much public water to take advantage of. So what I'd like to do is look at some of the bugs we described earlier, our golden stones, the life cycle stages there, our yellow sallies, our pale morning duns, a few others, some streamers, just to give you a good idea of what we're throwing. And again, do not be afraid to throw big flies right now on heavy tippet. You will be thankful that you have heavy tippet when you get fish into the current, into 2000 CFS, 1500 CFS plus in this summer primetime window, because they are gonna tug hard on you. So I want everybody to be thinking 3X to 5X, none of that 6X stuff. That's springtime and fall time, okay? Let's take a quick look at a few patterns that we recommend, some newer cool patterns that we've been doing well with. Let's take a peek at that. We stock over 1,000 fly patterns here in the Rural Gorge Anglers Fly Shop. But, obviously seasonality means everything. And right now, let's take a peek at just some core patterns, a few newer patterns you may not have heard of, and just some absolute breadwinners during this post-runoff summer prime time period. Let's start with some bigger dries here over on the left. Look at some hatch matchers, take a peek at some nymphs, and then finish up with some streamers. Okay, so like I mentioned, definitely want to focus on our golden stone flies. This is a Montana Fly Company pattern called the True Golden Stone. One of our favorites, kind of a newer pattern, but really love that visibility on that guy. Your pool toys are always going to be, definite breadwinners. Pool toys, your Fat Alberts. We've got a lot of different colors in those, your blacks, your tans. We've got some purples. But anything that just floats really well, like a Fat Albert or a pool toy that's visible, that has plenty of rubber legs, those are always going to be good options. Okay. Again, kind of continuing that golden stone fly adult, you're chubby. Just a breadwinner in our brown foam with golden body. Charlie Boy hoppers, plenty of hoppers out there already. Charlie Boy tan and olive. Also the little baby boy hoppers fish well. This is a newer hopper that we've been fishing here for about a month. This is called a Carnage hopper, and really have done very, very well with that fly here just in the short term. That Carnage hopper is a really cool new bug. Okay, Beefcake hopper was around last year, still one of our breadwinners, tried and true. A big Swisher PMX. Swisher PMXs we carry in several colors. Just again, long rubber legs, great movement, great buoyancy, good to support a nymph. Within our hatch matchers, again, we've got our yellow sallies. This is going to be a headlight sally here up top. Great hatch matcher. A good yellow sally for supporting a nymph for a dry dropper is the Never Sink Sally. A new sally, which I am really excited about, is in the front end loader series, and that's the front end loader in your Sally representation. Caddis, lots of tan sedges out there. This is what's called a mimic sedge right here in your tan. Again, coming back to that front end loader series, we've got the front end loader with the tan body. That's a caddis, kind of an egg layer. Pale Morning Duns, one of my favorites is Ken Morish's Mayday PMD. A newer PMD is the Iguanodon PMD, and that is just a fantastic new mayfly pattern that we carry in BWOs, Tricos, red quills, but the PMD is really just a breadwinner. Looking at our nymph life cycle stage in our stoneflies, and definitely an attractor more than anything, your Frank Smether's Stone Bomb, and the 20 Bomb is also excellent in a little bit darker pattern. Our T-Stone, again, I like dark colors, especially with this transitioning clarity, coming back real clear. I like that darker fly. In your Yellow Sally nymphs, this is called the Matt Damon Stone. And we carry this in a variety of sizes, but a really good Yellow Sally or Golden Stonefly nymph. Iron Sally, true breadwinner, has been one of our best patterns in the summertime for probably 7-8 years. Just a fantastic fly. Charlie Craven's 2-bit Sally, excellent smaller profile Yellow Sally nymph, an excellent dropper with 2 tungsten beads off a dry. Juan Ramirez, our guide Juan's Kryptonite caddis in the amber color, that tan representation. Again, another one of Juan's patterns in your Pale Morning Dun nymphs. This is our split back Slim Shady, 2 tungsten beads, brand new pattern this year. Just fantastic Pale Morning Dun. Another new Pale Morning Dun, the Crackback PMD, a little bit bulkier profile, tungsten bead, just a really, really good PMD. And of course, Larry Kingree's Biot Body PMD, what we call the Biot PMD, tungsten bead, just a breadwinner on the Arkansas River, both freestone and tailwater pattern. Let's take a peek at some streamers, but before we do, just a couple patterns to keep in your wheelhouse on the nymph side that are true attractor nymphs. On the right, we've got our Guide's Choice Hare's Ear, which is just a fantastic breadwinner pattern for a dropper, for a double nymph rig, so on and so forth. Sometimes I'll even run it below a streamer as a trailer. Psycho Prince, purple, rubber leg. Enough said. Great fly. Fishes excellent in the summertime. On our streamers, big. Do not be afraid to throw big streamers right now. Black Dirty Hippie, throwing those in the singles and the tandem Dirty Hippies. Mini Flatliners, these are Kelly Gallup's patterns. 2 different colors, your olive and white and your olive and yellow. Great patterns. Move a lot of fish during this time period as we're coming into moving through post runoff into summer prime time in that 1,000 to 2,000 CFS window. That's a killer pattern. Baby Gonga, Charlie Craven's fly in black and olive. Your Lunch Money, Michael Bennett's Lunch Money. I really like this brown trout color during this time period. And then a few trailer flies, just of note here. Your Junior Mint on the right-hand side and a little small bow face on the left. So hopefully taking a peek at those patterns will give you a good idea of what we're going for this time of year. Again, can't express enough, big, get the fish's attention, fish heavier tippet than you're used to. Clarity is excellent on the edges right now, but fish are not leader shy. They're opportunistic. Fishing shorter leaders, 7.5 foot, 3X, 4X leaders, and heavier dropper material as well to your, dry dropper or your double nymph rig. 4X fluoro is what we're using the most. Will definitely land you more fish. Even though those fish are eating on the edges, sometimes they'll stay in that pocket water, that softer pocket water. Sometimes they'll hit that big current tongue and they'll take you for a ride. So the more you can turn their head, the better. The biggest thing is go out there, walk the edges, float fish, be safe. Still a lot of water out there, but conditions are excellent. Fish are hungry. They're very opportunistic. It's a great time to go out there and catch a lot of fish. The Arkansas tailwater is fishing very well from the floating aspect as well. We've got trips out there pretty much on a daily basis floating the tailwater. We have some opportunities for guided days in the months of July and August still on the Arkansas Freestone. And the South Platte's fishing well now here the last 3-4 days, now that we've leveled and kind of maintained flow for a little bit. Everything's really coming around. We are post runoff. Summer's going to be excellent. The fall is going to be gangbuster fishing here in southern and south central Colorado. So really prepare accordingly. Get some days on the books. Call us if you'd like a guide. We'd be happy to look at availability for you. Again, the oldest Orbis and Dorse outfitter and fly shop on the Arkansas River basin. So give us a shout if you'd like to learn the river better, if you'd like to float, so on and so forth. Happy to help you there. Stop in the fly shop if you have any questions, or hit us up on our chat line on the website at www.royalgorgeanglers.com. And we do hope to see you on the water or in the fly shop here someday soon. And be safe out there and enjoy summer prime time. Thanks so much for viewing. Have a great day.